Brie Larson rose to prominence with her Oscar-winning performance in Room 2015, which earned her critical acclaim and positioned her for mainstream stardom.
Will he find us?
No, he will never find us.
In 2019, she was cast as Carol Danvers in Captain Marvel, a pivotal character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The film grossed over $1.1 billion globally, but Larson's press tour became a lightning rod for controversy. In multiple interviews, she emphasized the importance of diverse press rooms.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time.
The comments sparked backlash on YouTube and Reddit, with many accusing her of alienating core fans. While Marvel initially backed Larson, they gradually reduced her visibility in the franchise. In Avengers Endgame 2019, her screen time was limited, and her character was sidelined in promotional campaigns. By the time The Marvels released in 2023, Larson's public image had cooled significantly. The film grossed just $206 million globally against a reported budget of $275 million, and marketing costs exceeding $100 million, resulting in an estimated loss of over $130 million. Despite being Marvel's first female-led crossover,
You can absorb light.
the film's failure cast doubt on Larson's box office draw, and she has not been attached to any new major studio projects since. Rachel Zegler made her film debut in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story 2021, which earned her a Golden Globe for Best Actress. Despite critical acclaim,
This is my first time in New York City. I want to be happy. I'm not Puerto Rican.
Is that okay?
the film underperformed, grossing $76 million worldwide against a $100 million production budget, excluding marketing. Zegler's career accelerated quickly. She was cast as the lead in Disney's Snow White live-action remake and also appeared in Shazam! Fury of the Gods, 2023. Controversy erupted in 2022 and 2023 when multiple interviews surfaced in which Zegler criticized the original Snow White as weird and referred to the prince as a guy who literally stalks her. She added, "She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love." These statements alienated Disney's traditional fan base and drew sharp online backlash, including calls for a boycott. Shazam! Fury of the Gods flopped, earning just $132 million globally on a $125 million budget, with an estimated loss of over $75 million after marketing. Disney delayed Snow White to 2025 amid negative publicity and rising production costs, with estimates around $270 million. Zegler's rapid fall from media darling to online target has left her with no other confirmed lead roles in major studio projects at this time. Amber Heard's mainstream recognition surged with her role as Mira in Aquaman 2018, which grossed over $1.1 billion globally. At the time, she was being positioned as a long-term fixture in the DC Extended Universe. However, beginning in 2020, her ongoing legal battle with ex-husband Johnny Depp dominated headlines. The 2022 defamation trial revealed damaging testimony, audio recordings, and public accusations from both parties. While she won a partial judgment, public sentiment heavily turned against her, with online petitions demanding her removal from future films gathering over 4 million signatures. Warner Brothers minimized her role in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom 2023, reducing her screen time to less than 10 minutes.
Still can't be freed. Atlan used blood magic to seal Cordax in his prison.
The film grossed only $434 million against a $215 million production budget, resulting in an estimated $100 million loss after global marketing. Heard was removed from all promotional campaigns, and no major Hollywood studios have announced new projects with her since. She has relocated to Spain and is currently only attached to independent productions outside of the US market. Her career, once aligned with blockbuster franchises, has been effectively frozen. Elliot Page, formerly known as Ellen Page, gained critical acclaim for performances in Juno 2007, Inception 2010, and X-Men Days of Future Past 2014. In December 2020, Page publicly came out as transgender. The announcement was widely covered and praised in progressive media outlets, with Netflix rewriting aspects of The Umbrella Academy to reflect the transition. Page's character changed from Vanya to Victor in Season 3, 2022, but the storyline was minimal and the show's viewership declined compared to earlier seasons. Since transitioning, Page has not booked any major studio film roles.
Love the haircut.
His only post-transition film credit is Close to You, 2023, a low-budget independent drama which received a limited festival release but no wide theatrical distribution.
Oh my God!
haven't gone.
Page remains a high-profile activist and author, releasing a memoir titled Page Boy in 2023, but has been effectively sidelined in mainstream Hollywood casting. No major film or television studio has announced new projects with Page since 2020. Kelly Marie Tran was introduced as Rose Tico in Star Wars The Last Jedi 2017, becoming the first woman of color to play a major role in the franchise. Despite heavy promotion by Disney, the character was met with mixed fan reception and intense online backlash. Tran subsequently deleted her social media accounts, later attributing the decision to sustained harassment and racial abuse. When The Rise of Skywalker was released in 2019, her screen time was reduced to under 90 seconds, a sharp contrast to her prominent role in the previous film. Following Star Wars, Tran transitioned into voice acting. She starred as the lead in Raya and the Last Dragon 2021, which received positive reviews but had a muted box office return, earning $130 million globally against a $100 million budget, while released simultaneously on Disney+. Despite the film's success on streaming platforms, Tran has not returned to live-action roles in major studio films. Her live-action career, once backed by Lucasfilm and Disney marketing, has been largely dormant since 2019. Lena Dunham became a cultural figure in the early 2010s with Girls on HBO, which she created, wrote, and starred in from 2012 to 2017. The series was acclaimed for its raw depiction of millennial life, but also drew criticism for its lack of diversity and Dunham's polarizing public persona. After Girls ended, Dunham maintained a media presence through essays, political activism, and high-profile interviews. However, several controversies, including defending a colleague accused of assault and public backlash over insensitive comments, eroded her standing in Hollywood. Her attempt at a cinematic return came with Catherine Called Birdie, 2022, a medieval comedy drama produced by Amazon. Despite favorable reviews, the film failed to gain traction with audiences and received limited marketing support. It earned no theatrical revenue due to a direct-to-streaming release and made little cultural impact.
I'll make it think, I'll make it hear, I'll make it feel.
Dunham currently has no major acting or directing projects in development with any major studios. Once considered the voice of a generation, she has been largely absent from mainstream entertainment since the mid-2010s. Phoebe Waller-Bridge gained widespread acclaim with Fleabag, 2016 to 2019, which won 6 Primetime Emmy Awards and established her as a leading voice in feminist storytelling. Off that success, she was brought in to punch up the No Time to Die 2021 script and was cast as a co-lead in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny 2023, portraying Helena Shaw, the goddaughter of Indiana Jones. The film was promoted as a passing of the torch, but fan backlash targeted Waller-Bridge for replacing Harrison Ford's character thematically. Dial of Destiny opened to lukewarm reviews and grossed just $384 million globally on a production budget of $295 million, resulting in a loss estimated at over $130 million after marketing. Despite her critical reputation, Waller-Bridge's Bond spin-off project, rumored to focus on a female 007, was shelved. Her overall deal with Amazon reportedly remains active, but no major starring or franchise roles have been announced since Indiana Jones 5. Her association with underperforming legacy projects has cooled her momentum in blockbuster cinema. Jameela Jamil rose to prominence with her role as Tahani Al-Jamil on NBC's The Good Place, 2016 to 2020, which earned her widespread recognition and a strong social media following. Following the show's success, Jamil became a vocal activist, frequently using platforms like Twitter and Instagram to comment on body image, gender identity, and social justice. Her online presence became increasingly controversial, with multiple public feuds and accusations of performative activism. Critics also questioned the accuracy of her personal anecdotes, leading to diminished public trust. Jamil was cast in Marvel's She-Hulk Attorney at Law 2022 as the villain Titania. The series received mixed reviews and drew criticism for its tone and CGI, with Jamil's performance specifically called out as awkward and miscast. Despite Marvel branding, She-Hulk failed to establish any lasting fan enthusiasm, and Jamil has not been cast in any major film or television roles since. As of 2024, her acting career has largely taken a backseat to activism and social media commentary, with no leading roles on the horizon. Thank you for watching.